your friend is here right now, and there are 11 of them.
You need to make sure you pay for what you eat. I am only going to pay the food cost.
Food cost, huh?
Thanks.
That's not enough.
Huh?
Trouble Busters!
I'm going to go play with Julie.
Okay, stay safe.
My name is Melanie. I'm a housewife who's been struggling with a relationship with a friend.
What?
What is it? I was watching the best part.
You already know why I'm calling.
Are you using my subscription again without telling me? It's fine, right? It's not like you're going to lose anything because of it.
Well, that's not the point. I'm the one who's paying for that subscription, and…
Hey, Melanie! I got some fresh cod, so I made some sushi for us!
Thank you so much, Dad.
Huh? Melanie, does your family actually run a sushi restaurant?
Yes, that's right.
Oh, I see.
Hello?
Melanie, your friend is here right now, and…
What? Is it Abby?
Yes, we wouldn't have minded if it was just her, but…
What?
There are 11 of them.
What? Mom, can you pass this phone to Abby?
Yes.
Nom nom.
What is it? I'm eating right now.
I don't mind if you're eating right now, but you're going to pay for your bill, right?
I don't mind paying for the cost of goods.
You're kidding. Just because they're my family, they're running the restaurant as a business. You need to make sure you pay for what you eat.
Can I order another fatty tuna? Everyone dig in. The cost of goods can't be so expensive anyway.
I want yellowtail!
Me too.
Abby, you better stop. Ugh! Not only does she do this to me, but now she's doing this to my parents.
But…
May, I want you to be my best friend forever. Yep, Julie, you'll always be my best friend. Forever.
That's right. Children are pure and straightforward, and they cherish their friends more than anything else. There was no reason for me to worry about anything. In that case,
I'm going to take this battle. I am not letting her get away with this. Trouble Busters! I said paying for the cost of goods should be enough, right?
That's not okay. We're running a business here, so you can't just say that.
But I'm friends with Melanie. Are you trying to make profit out of your precious daughter's friend?
That's not what we're saying, but…
You might be surprised to find out that I have so many friends other than Melanie. I don't really care if I stop being friends with Melanie.
Please, hold on.
Okay, in that case, you can just pay for the food cost this time.
Great, I'm glad you understood. Then I'll just pay for the food cost. Hold it right there. Melanie, you're going to pay for the actual bill. No, I already talked to your parents about it. I am only going to pay the food cost.
food cost, huh?
That's right, the food cost, okay? I am not going to pay for it unless it's the food cost. Besides, the food cost is typically around 30% of the menu price, right? So each of us owe $200, which means 30% of that is only $60. So this bill was supposed to be $2,000, but I can just pay $660, right? I mean, the $1,340 is practically just the extra money you're charging us to earn some profit, right? You're not going to lose anything, even if you don't gain that amount.
In that case, I'm going to have to ask you to sign this document. Is that okay?
What is this? The agreement and contract regarding paying for the food cost? And it says that all transactions from now on will be at the cost of goods moving forward?
There are other important agreements too, so make sure you read them thoroughly.
Okay. Here you go. I signed it.
Thank you. Now you can pay just the cost of goods.
Thanks. Here's $660. I'll be back again.
That's not enough.
Huh?
You didn't pay the entire amount.
What are you talking about? You're the one who said I only have to pay for the cost of goods.
No, I'm telling you that you haven't paid the entire cost of goods.
What? I don't get it.
Listen, You agreed to pay the cost of goods, which means that you'll be making the payment with the cost of goods. This means that the $100 bill you handed is worth 22 cents in terms of cost of goods. A $50 bill will be worth 20 cents, and a $10 bill will be worth 15 cents. This means that what you had given me is only worth 57 cents in terms of the cost of goods, so you still owe us $659.43.
What?
This means that if we were to say it in terms of $100 bills, you still owe 2,999 bills.
What the heck?
Hey, Abby, what on earth is going on?
Why would we owe 2,999 $100 bills?
You said that you're willing to treat us as the representative of the primary bloodline, so we didn't bring any money.
What are you going to do about this?
Don't worry, calm down. I'm going to figure this out. Look, Melanie, how dare you try to rip off your friend? It was your parents' fault for not telling me that they wanted me to pay with the costs of goods in the first place. And yet, what is this? How dare you do this to your friend?
You're the one who was suggesting that the payment should be done with the cost of goods in the first place, not us.
What I meant to say was the cost of goods for the sushi. And yet you tricked me into agreeing to only considering the cost of goods of the bills that I'd use to pay for the food.
It clearly stated all, and you read it out loud yourself, too. How did I trick you?
You are so annoying. You have no idea, but I know the cost of goods for so many things. Because I understand that the 70% that's being added on to the cost of goods will bring the profit to the establishment. I said I'd be willing to pay the cost of goods only so I won't let you take all the juice. I actually graduated from an industrial high school, so I am really good at cost of goods.
I actually used to go to an industrial high school, too, so I'm good with cost of goods as well.
What?
First of all, the cost of goods you're referring to is only referring to the food cost itself, which is part of the cost of goods.
Huh?
Besides, the cost of goods includes all the expenses associated until the product is completed, including the rent, utilities, and labor. At an industrial high school, you're supposed to learn not only commercial bookkeeping, where purchased goods are treated as cost as they are, but also industrial bookkeeping, which includes the additional costs I mentioned as part of the total cost. Were you aware of that?
I couldn't get into the bookkeeping class. We'd only learn that only if we were majoring in those fields. So it's only natural that I didn't know that. What is this? Are you trying to show off that you're smarter than me? I really hate this.
Well, thank you very much.
I wasn't praising you. Besides, you fooled me into this. Don't you realize that you're being such a coward?
Well, you snuck over to my parents' sushi restaurant without telling me, trying to only pay for the food cost. You're not entitled to talk to me like that.
What did you just say? I thought we were best friends, and that's why I thought it would be okay. That's what friends are for, and yet, why are you trying to make a profit off a friend? You are so greedy.
If I was truly being greedy, I could have claimed for all the cost of the goods other than the food cost if I wanted to right now, and yet without doing that, I'm letting you pay only for the cost of goods in terms of the food cost. Don't you think I'm being merciful enough with you?
I don't, and that's why I'm upset. I never thought you were the type of person who would retaliate like this. I am truly disappointed with you.
Well, right back at you. Besides, just because you're my friend doesn't mean that you can force your greed all you want like this. Mannerisms still matter, even though you're close to someone. We all need to be considerate with each other and keep a comfortable distance from each other to maintain a healthy relationship.
Our families are close to each other at this point, though. At that point, it's fine if I expect us to act as if we were family.
Will you really do things you did to me to your real family? Are you really so demanding with them? If your family makes something after so much effort, are you going to try and bargain to buy it at the cost of goods only?
That's a different topic. My real family and a friend is different.
Then how could you even claim that this is a way for friends to interact as if they were families? If this is the way you're treating me, are you fine if I demand ridiculous things from you too? Can I ask you to vacuum my house in my place? Is it okay if I live in your parents' house? Is it okay if I borrow the DVD you paid to rent for free?
I don't want you to do any of that. You're kidding me. I don't want you to think you can do anything to me just because we're friends. Gosh, you are so thick-skinned.
And right back at you.
What?
You're being extremely thick-skinned and demanding, and yet when you're on the other side, you would refuse. At that point, you're not even my friend. Most importantly, even though you're my friend, you have a fine line that you shouldn't be crossing. If you want to watch movies and dramas, you should be paying for the subscription on your own. And if that's something you can't do on your own, you should pay the appropriate price and have someone else get you subscribed too. Just because we're friends, it doesn't mean that I have to give up everything, including the talent that I've been born with, as if I'm voluntarily giving it out to you for free. Who cares? If that's possible, it makes us friends. So it's fine if we share our talents, right? Isn't that what friends are for? A friend that's only a friend based on the benefits that are brought isn't a friend at all. If you're calling me your friend only because I'm worth taking advantage of, then you're not my friend, and I'm not your friend. Therefore, since you're not my friend, but you're just someone that's trying to dine and dash, I'm going to report you to the police.
Police?
Hey, you can't let her call the police!
We need to get this settled here.
But,
Hello? Is this the police? Here's what's going on.
okay, I'll pay.
Excuse me?
Here, you can charge everything on this card, okay?
Are you really willing to pay?
Yes, I am.
Then I'll have you pay $2,000 first. This restaurant has become quite old now, so we wanted to do a renovation soon.
Goodbye now.
At this time, Abby had no idea that the interaction on this day will end up cornering her in the future.
Excuse me? Melanie?
What's wrong with you? You can't just walk into someone's house like that.
We made sure your butler directed us here.
Yes, because this is urgent.
What would that urgent matter be?
The other day at the sushi restaurant that my parents run, there were 11 people who dined there, and we're here to discuss the unpaid bill.
Unpaid bill? What is this about, Abby?
Last month, when my relatives had lunch together, we used Melanie's parents' sushi restaurant, but we made sure to pay for the bill. Why are you showing up at our house? Don't you have common sense? You're the one who's lacking common sense. You haven't paid a single penny.
I'll go check Abby's room to see if she got any mail.
I never expected them to show up at a scene like this, demanding for money. And to add, she even let me use a payment method that most people would just miss and tried to force me to use my credit card no matter what.
I found the payment reminders and the statements from the credit card company.
Then does that mean she really hasn't paid it? That's right. How is this even possible, Abby?
Last month, Mom and I had been on a vacation trip for the community, so I made sure to give you $2,000 for the lunch you planned to have with your relatives.
Calm down. I had a reason I had to do this.
What kind of reason would you have had to humiliate yourself like this?
Well,
Since Abby wasn't willing to be sincere enough to make a payment this time, I'll go ahead and move forward with a penalty due to the breach of contract. You remember it, don't you? In the event of a breach of contract, you will be going through a punishment of the cost of goods.
Hey, what's the matter with the two of you?
this went exactly the way we planned it. It's just so funny.
Right? It went exactly the way I told you.
Uncle, you're so great. As expected from someone who used to try to become a lawyer in the past. The punishment of the cost of goods? That's right, I was waiting for that. If you were to try to collect the money you weren't able to charge me, it becomes a civil lawsuit, right? And to add, you're trying to claim $300K from me in one pay. Isn't that so? Because the teacups at your restaurant were so old, you also mentioned that you wanted to renovate the place and that we owe you $2,000 first and foremost. However, you're never going to be collecting $300K from me for the cost of goods. Isn't that right, Uncle?
That's right, because the Consumer Contract Act clearly states that any amount exceeding the average damages is invalid. If only the initial $2,000 had been paid, then the average amount would still have been owed. But once you took on the full $300,000 in a lump sum, you can't recover even a single cent from Abby.
And who said this is going to be a civil matter?
What?
On the contract, it only states that it would be a punishment of cost of goods, and it never stated that you will be demanded to pay the cost of goods in one pay. I mean... Then all of you pay $2,000 first. This restaurant has become quite old now, so we wanted to do a renovation soon. Sure, since you're so nosy, I didn't think you would miss what I say, so I made sure to show that and say that.
What? Mr. Cobweb?
Yes, sorry, I'm entering from the yard. Who the heck are you?
This is Mr. Cobweb, my lawyer.
Your lawyer?
Nice to meet you. My name is Dave Cobweb, and I'm a licensed attorney.
He's a real lawyer?
Why do you have a lawyer taking your side? I thought you were just a housewife.
Mr. Cobweb has been a regular customer at our sushi restaurant for a really long time.
Yes, that's why I've always been telling them not to hesitate to let me know if they ever needed my help.
Are you saying that you had hired a lawyer knowing that we would do something like this?
Of course, because you're so clever, Abby. Unless otherwise, you wouldn't have started talking about the cost of goods.
I was so naive.
In that case, that flawless contract was also...
Yes, Mr. Cobweb made that contract swiftly for us. It would have been impossible for me to create a weapon that I could have used to fight against Abby in such a short time.
Damn it! Anyway, Abby, if only you tried to pay $2,000 without being so slick, Melanie planned on destroying that contract.
Really?
However, you never admitted fault, even until the very last minute, and you even tried to be so cunning. Therefore, I can actually give you the punishment of cost of goods.
A criminal lawsuit?
Because you only seem to think that the cost of goods only referred to money, I could think that you probably thought that way. Isn't that so? As you saw, the sushi restaurant that my parents run is an old establishment. We didn't even have a surveillance camera, so you could have been able to get away by saying whatever you wanted in that scene. Even if the police showed up, if you had stated that you initially intended to pay, we wouldn't have been able to file a lawsuit against you for fraud. That's why I needed you to sign the contract no matter what. And that way I could secure evidence so you can't give any excuses. And my anger about the fact that you dragged my parents into our problem can't be paid for. So I can let out this anger legally and socially. I needed you to misunderstand and breach the contract.
No way.
And the fact that you never paid for the bill that day, your relatives who were with you that day have been reported to the police for dine and dash.
What? Us too?
That's right, Abby was the instigator.
Well, that's the story you're just telling.
What?
The people who are so stingy about money, who would try to have sushi at the cost of goods, hasn't been giving a fuss regarding the difference in the price if you were to have consumed the sushi at the proper price. This means that without even giving a fuss about it, you guys had already agreed to what was being done prior to the visit to the restaurant.
This means that the $2,000 had already been equally divided among all of you prior to the visit to the restaurant.
Yikes.
In that case, all relatives who were present to have sushi at the restaurant that day had already been aware that only the cost of the goods will be paid for that day prior to the visit. And they all commonly neglected to pay, and yet you people have chosen to have sushi at Ms. Melanie's parents' establishment. And at that point, the 5 requirements for establishing fraud, which include deceptive act, mistake of the other party, disposition of property, transfer of property or benefit, and property damage are all established, which makes all of you charged for fraud. What?
Therefore, you are all equally guilty, and I am not going to forgive a single one of you.
I completely agree.
Yes, we're not going to forgive you for doing this either.
I want a divorce.
No way.
You're not going to say anything like that to me, right? It's just a criminal record or two.
What do you mean, just a criminal record? Did you forget that I work at the police station? I can't continue living with a spouse with a criminal record. As of this moment, I'd like a divorce.
No way. No way.
Also, all of you who were trying to have sushi by only paying the cost of goods as Miss Melanie's parents' sushi restaurant will no longer receive financial support from our family.
That's way too harsh.
Oh, please forgive us. We just did it out of impulse. We don't have any income. We don't have a job. We don't have a house. If you guys decide to abandon us, how are we supposed to live from now on? Hey!
Not my problem from now on.
You're going to live on your own moving forward. Oh my goodness.
Oh, please give me another chance so I can fix myself.
Mommy?
Julie! Hey, girl, I need you to talk to your father and your grandmother. Tell them that you want Mommy to stay here with you. Julie?
Mommy, you're terrible.
Oh, I can't stand this.
And so, Abby and her relatives, who tried to get away with paying only the cost at my family's sushi restaurant, all ended up divorced and were sent behind high walls. Even working hard in prison labor, they earned no more than what could be called cost, and it seemed she came to understand firsthand the very concept she had been so fixated on.
Oh, if only I wasn't being so stingy. I didn't have to lose my family.
All right, switching up the mood to talk about how we've been doing lately. Today is May's birthday, so we're celebrating at my parents' sushi restaurant.
La 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 la. Egg and egg. La 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 la. Egg and egg.
You two keep eating nothing but egg.
Troublebusters.